You know what they don't tell you about living alone after 50? It's actually not all that bad. In fact, it's actually pretty darn wonderful. Like anything, there are challenges. Like trying to open a stubborn jar. You will be talking to it like it's your ex. This is where my handy dandy rubber thingamajiggy comes in handy, made from an old yoga mat. Or building IKEA furniture that clearly requires 2 people, and bribing a friend with Indian takeout just to get that second pair of hands. Oh, but wait a minute. Now that becomes a positive because now I get to enjoy dinner with a friend. Yay! And yeah, getting sick alone, well, that's not fun at all. That totally sucks the big one. Most of us would definitely prefer to have someone take care of us when we don't feel well. That's when your support system becomes gold. You have to do everything by yourself. Cooking, cleaning, shopping, fixing stuff, planning things. It all comes down to just you. So yeah, it's hard sometimes. Buying groceries for just one person is hard, but I've adjusted how I eat, and now it's actually not that hard. You also have to be aware that if you kick the bucket and no one is around, what would happen, especially if you have pets? This is again where your community, your inner circle is really gold, is really important because you check in on each other. And if you don't hear from someone for a while, you buzz by there to make sure that they're still kicking. That's why having a strong community is crucial. Even if it's just a small circle of friends like I have here, we check in with each other. We bring homemade soup. We've got each other's backs. For so many years, I actually thought that there must be something terribly wrong with me because that's what I was always told. Now, after years of living solo, I realize that I'm actually pretty darn special. Here's the thing. Aloneness is not loneliness at all. It's actually a really rich space where I found me. Living alone gave me the space I never knew I needed to finally discover who I am without anyone else's rhythm, needs, or expectations shaping me. And somewhere in that silence, I fell in love with me. For the first time, maybe ever, and now every day, there is this gratitude, not for stuff, but for the tiny, often missed glories of life. To just be in silence, to drink it in, to feel more, to notice the small miracles, the way the light sparkles like gold on the surface of the river, or the flowers peeking out through the stones just to smile at me, or the birds outside my terrace singing songs of delight for me, hearing the glorious rhythm of my own breath, the sacred thread connecting me to everything. Being aware of these things makes me feel so alive and so grateful. And as we all know, the more grateful we are, the more these types of experiences are drawn to us. Things tend to manifest more easily when we consistently match the energy to that which we are consistently drawing in. And then there are the little things that come from living solo. No one's leaving the cap off the toothpaste. No one's leaving the toilet seat up. The fridge, organized. My cupboards, tidy. I get to live by my rhythm now. I eat when I'm hungry. I rest when I need it. I don't answer to anyone else's clock. In years past, I didn't have healthy boundaries. Actually, I didn't have boundaries at all. I was a people pleaser, always adjusting myself to fit someone else's rhythm. I didn't even realize how much of myself I'd lost. Living on someone else's rhythm is exhausting. Now I feel like I'm watering my own soil for my own flower to bloom, and I feel more alive than I have in decades and possibly forever. I remember a time when a friend visited me when I lived back in Denver. And she's a lovely person. She just doesn't know how to stop. She just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And when she was visiting, I'm the opposite. I need space and I need time to just be quiet. So I asked her, I said, do you think maybe we could just stop and just be quiet for a little while and have some space? Just, 5 or 10 minutes. And she had a really hard time with that. We sat and I meditated for just like 5 minutes. And she was already getting really agitated. And she just didn't know what to do with herself. As an empath, I need space and I need silence. And I need a lot of it. This is a big reason why I feel so at home in nature. Ram Dass said, "The quieter you become, the more you can hear." Now that I give myself more space, more time in nature, I definitely feel like I hear more with my whole being. Self-care tends to be much easier living on my own. If I need 2 massages in a week, I don't have to explain it to anyone. If I want to stay in my jammies all frickin' day, I do it. And there's no need to explain or feel guilty. I'm just taking care of whatever my personal needs are. I eat what I want, when I want. Sometimes I even eat ice cream for dinner, and it's divine. Right now, I'm eating a bit of a weird way to love on my liver, heal insulin resistance, lose some unhealthy visceral weight, and balance hormones. I don't have to deal with a partner who might make that challenging because of their wants and their needs. I get to put me first. And when it comes to the big stuff, I don't have to compromise. I chose to leave the United States and move overseas to Portugal to live simply in my teeny tiny flat and create a quieter, more peaceful life. No need for permission, no need for compromise. That decision was all mine. Yes, there are definitely moments when I miss having a soul partner. You bet. I think that honestly, we all tend to thrive more when we have a healthy partnership. But right now, I'm just taking advantage of being single and the benefits that offers to me right now. Maybe one day that will change, and then maybe one day I'll get to take advantage of the benefits that come from being with my soul partner. That would be great too. I certainly miss sharing special moments, deep conversation, or just cuddling on a rainy day. But I've made peace with that, and this is the life that I've created for myself, at least for now. And there is so much to celebrate, because what I do have is incredibly rare. A life that feels like mine, a deep, quiet joy that bubbles up from the inside, a sacred kind of freedom. So I'm going to enjoy it, all of it. Because living alone isn't about being lonely. It's about coming home to oneself. And every single day, I'm grateful for silence, for space, for the sweet, ordinary, miraculous beauty of this life that I've chosen.